Since 1996, Major League Soccer has existed. And I feel like since 1996, people keep talking about will a pro-rel ever work in Major League Soccer? Promotion relegation. You for it or against it, dude?
Well, like you said, dude, this conversation is never going to end. We're always going to have a
Yeah.
pro-rel conversation. People from abroad are going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Now, I
Hmm.
like promotion relegation. I think it's an awesome concept, a great concept. Having a club in the lower divisions, your hometown squad, go all the way up and somehow make it to the big leagues. But
Hmm.
with Major League Soccer, it's just never going to happen ever.
And there's so many reasons why it won't happen. Like you're saying, I think it promotes a lot of positivity and more excitement and just for like what could be at stake if you lose or what could be at stake if you win those matches and really work your way up the ranks and like you're saying those hometown boys working so hard for their club all the way up to the top rank. That would be so exciting. I mean, so many Cinderella stories. But the reason it won't work is due to Major League Soccer's entry fee. It costs these owners what? $500 million to buy a franchise. You think anybody's gonna be dumping $500 million into Major League Soccer just to end up being relegated down to like a high school team level? Like it would never happen. That's my biggest concern with it, and that's why I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, it makes no sense now. We're in way too deep. If this was in the beginning stages of Major League Soccer, then maybe it could work. But like you said, it's what's at stake. That's the reason why
Mm-hmm.
these owners they don't want to be risky. And I don't blame them either. They don't want to lose all their money. So yeah, this is never gonna happen. It's really a Cinderella story. Now there is people that do want it. Like here's actually a very
Oh, mm-hmm.
good article saying for promotion relegation, why they would want it. And here's a good take right here. So one of the arguments against promotion relegation is that there would be too many teams then. Too many teams for people to support, and then some teams are going to have no support. But if you look at D1 football and D1 basketball, I know it's a little bit different because it's at college level, but there's like 133 teams for football and 350 for basketball. And a lot of them get a lot of support. Now, I know it's different because when you go to the games,
Uh-huh.
obviously it's going to be free if you're a student. But even then, on TV, a lot of people are viewing it, a lot of past alumni. So, in a way, it's kind of the same because if you live in a town, that town is basically going to be your school. You're going to support the town that you live in, basically like the school that you live in,
Exactly.
you're attending college. So,
Exactly. It's like a sense of like tribalism. This is where you're from. This is who you are. This is your town. This is where you buy your milk and your eggs and you send your kids to school. You're going to be rooting for that town. You're paying the taxes for that town. That's the team you're going to be rooting for. And you're going to, even if you don't watch it, don't give a rat's ass, you're going to be excited to see what that team, what that group of individuals can do. Because it's more of a personal connection.
it's
And like
yours.
I see what
Yeah.
you're saying, and you're saying like, oh, it's college, but I mean, nothing for nothing. Like I know the EA came out with Madden this year, and the college football game and more people are liking the college football game. I know more people that get into college football than they do into the NFL. So yeah, I mean, you never know. But back that's getting off traffic. With what you're saying here, I do agree with what you're saying completely. It might be a different kind of source that we're looking at, but I think what it's stating is still very, very relevant.
Also, too, in this article, dude, something crazy is this. Like, this is basically what we're saying. These owners, they spend so much money. They're not going to risk their team getting relegated, especially if you're a cheap owner, because you can just coast right now. And just because the league is increasing in value, your team is going to
Yeah.
increase in value, even if you spend no money. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Forbes released a list saying that 20 out of the top 50 most valuable soccer teams are all Major League Soccer owned. So that's just showing that this is a great investment for these billionaires
Oh yeah.
and all these owners to get into because you're going to keep making money because it's safe. Wait, where does it say right here? I think it says safety. Where's the word?
Well, anyway, when you're looking for that, I'll say what you're talking about. I mean, you look at teams kind of like Chicago, not Chicago. I'm sorry. You look at teams more like San Jose, right? They're not really
Oh,
doing
right here.
anything, and the owner doesn't have any reason to do anything because just since he owns that team, it's just going to make him money. He doesn't have to worry about them making the playoffs. Who cares if fans come or don't? You're making your money just because the league is growing.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like again, I would want this to happen because it's an awesome concept. I feel like in the long run, it would definitely,
Yeah, pay
help
off.
the league grow, have more fans, have more people involved and invested in the league. But as of right now, it's never gonna happen. It's a cool idea, it's a cool concept, but these cheap owners will never sign off to that. So
Exactly.
yeah,
It
it's never
says it
gonna
right
happen.
there too. For MLS owners, there's no incentive for promotion and relegation, and that's literally what we're saying. There's no incentive. They're
Exactly.
not going to sign off on it because it's not doing anything positive for them.
Now,
You
yeah,
know?
just to leave off this video though, the USL, I thought they were actually implementing promotion relegation because there's a lot of talks about it a couple years ago, but they
Yeah.
haven't actually bit the bullet yet because they still don't have promotion and relegation in their league. But they said it's on the horizon, but they've been saying that now for the last couple of years because they have I know they have like USL one, USL two, USL
Yep.
championship. But it'd be cool to see in, the USL first, see how it works, if it works
Yeah.
at all, and then maybe Major League Soccer will see that, and the owners will see it, and they'll see there's potentially more money to be made if there is promotion relegation.
Exactly. Try it on them, and if we see positives, perhaps that opens the door for Major League Soccer to test it out as well.
Yeah,
But
especially
yeah,
too, like especially if the
especially for the USL, I
USL.
think this would be great for the USL. You know,
Well, no,
they need
especially
all the
too
help they can get.
if Major League Soccer sees these owners in USL, if they're benefiting from this promotion relegation structure, if there's more people watching, if there's more fans in the stands, then Major League Soccer might see that, see it as a threat, and then maybe like, hey, we got to do something about this, and they might implement the same strategy.